Hi, I'm Annie Fitzsimmons. I'm your Washington REALTORS Legal Hotline lawyer. We are in a new world with real estate brokerage industry practices, and this is true whether you're a member of an NAR MLS or whether you're a member of a Northwest MLS. There are many, many more questions that every one of you must answer with respect to listed property. If you are the buyer broker, whether the listing is in Northwest MLS or in NAR MLS, it may be incumbent on you to pick up the phone and call the listing broker and find out what seller is offering for compensation. While Northwest MLS sellers could publish a specific offer, it's also entirely possible that the seller could mark a box simply saying they'd be willing to offer compensation. NAR MLS sellers are not going to be able to publish offers of compensation in the MLS. That is the biggest change in an industry that has seen change upon change upon change within the last year, 2 years, 5 years. If we talk about the greater market and just not industry practices, our markets have been just roller coasters, and you guys know this better than I do. So as we launch in to yet a new reformation of the industry landscape, I want to encourage you to also think about the best practices that you can bring to the relationships you form with other brokers. Thinking about the fact that the brokerage industry is based on cooperation, a listing broker who represents a seller and a buyer broker who represents the buyer, although they will individually be loyal to their own clients, both of their clients share a common goal, which is to get to the closing table successfully. Brokers, what can you do with respect to the way you treat the broker on the other side of the transaction to help your client achieve that goal? Will you be better about returning phone calls quickly and efficiently? If you're not available because you just don't have time in your day to do all the stuff you've got to do plus return phone calls timely, maybe you need to hire an assistant. Returning text messages, returning emails. When a buyer broker calls or emails or texts and says, hey, I need information about whether or not your seller is offering compensation. Can you let me know that right away? My buyer's interested in your property. The time to respond to that is now. When you have information like that the buyer broker needs and you withhold it, that's a power play by the listing broker. That power play rarely benefits your seller. Don't do that. If there's nothing else that we take away from having to be malleable within the industry right now to conform to the changing environment in which brokers operate, if there's nothing else that we can do other than reform our own practices to make everybody's ability to conform to the new rules better, then let's do that. And I'm going to tell you right, I do my best not to preach on these videos. I do my best not to stray outside of what are the requirements of Washington or federal law. But this is a problem that is playing itself out into legal issues. And so brokers, do your best to cooperate with one another. Let this time of great change be a time that you can also change your own practices. If you kind of do a little soul searching and decide that you could do better. If you have questions on this topic or any other, ask me a question by visiting warealtor.org. Thank you for being a Washington REALTORS member.